I want to focus on something else that Tucker Carlson said over the course of this wild, wild episode. And it was this. He went after a man by the name of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I'm going to tell you what Tucker said, and then we'll explain Dietrich Bonhoeffer's story, and you'll understand how insane and terrible this is. Tucker is talking about the dangers of calling people Nazis. And I actually agree with that. There is a massive, massive danger. In fact, for years and years, when the left would call folks on the right a bunch of goose-stepping Nazis, I was one of the loudest folks saying, shut up. You're wrong. These are good, patriotic American conservatives. The difference between then and now is that there are literal Nazis that people like Tucker are playing footsie with. Okay, back to Tucker's episode last night. Tucker Carlson, quote, because once you start calling people Nazis, we really have no choice but to start shooting them. To be Dietrich Bonhoeffer, to reach the end of reason or even Christianity. Bonhoeffer decided that Christianity's not even, he was a Lutheran pastor, Christianity's not enough. We have to kill the guy, meaning Hitler. I'm not judging Bonhoeffer, who was a great man in some ways, but that's inevitable once we decide that some people are Nazis. He's literally condemning Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was a Lutheran pastor deeply involved in the Nazi resistance movement. What Tucker is literally saying here is that Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the Lutheran pastor who was involved in the Nazi resistance, including efforts to covertly assassinate Hitler, he's saying that Bonhoeffer was acting in an unchristian manner. That's literally what he is saying right now. Now, my social media feed today is just blowing up with condemnation of this, which is a very good sign. That's a white pill, including very prominent Christians who know a thing or two about Christian theology, such as Eric Metaxas. Eric Metaxas was blowing a gasket on this, to his great credit. He's obviously correct to do so. This is utterly bat crap insane. But for present purposes, I would simply say this. There is such a troubling pattern now when it comes to Tucker, Candace Owens, and some of these actors. But Tucker really is the most troublesome of them all at this point there. So to Tucker Carlson, when you are bringing on multiple crackpot pseudo-historian guests to revisit and try to relitigate World War II, to try to make it out that America maybe was actually not on the right side, that perhaps we actually should have sided with the Nazis and not the communists. Maybe Hitler was actually the better ally than Stalin. When you do that, when you bring on Nick Fuentes, who literally self-describes as quote-unquote Team Hitler, says that Hitler was really effing cool, and you engage in like a chummy photo op with your hand around his shoulder, just smiling ear to ear, with this well-known Holocaust-9 neo-Nazi, it really does make you wonder what side Tucker Carlson is on.